And we live.
What's going on?
What's going on, man? It's Big Willie Styles here with King. Big A be joining us shortly. Welcome to We Three Kings podcast Super Bowl preview show.
Absolutely, man. We all know that it's going to be all eyes on deck today, simply because the quarterback that's playing for one of the teams. And of course, you got a lot of Burrow fans, including myself. So should be interesting. Should definitely be interesting, man.
Oh yeah, I hope this is going to be a fun one. It's good to see some new blood in the Super Bowl, of course. But before we go any further, of course, you see my background. That's my dog Bailey. There, I have to dedicate this show to her. Last week after the broadcast, tragically my dog passed. It was an accident. She got hit by a car last week, so she's no longer with us. Of course, anybody who's a animal lover, dog lover knows that they are a part of your family, and she will be missed. I know you guys are used to seeing her over my shoulder when we do our broadcast. It's like my little protector. So I had to make sure that I show her some love and still have her behind me as I do this broadcast today. So it is with heavy heart that I do have this for my girl Bailey. She definitely was part of our family over here. So this show is dedicated to her, and I surely do miss her.
Yeah, man. That's like I said, I'm a dog owner. I got two dogs, man. So I can imagine how you guys feel. Just sorry to hear what happened with Bailey, man. But I'm pretty sure that everybody that's in here, got used to Bailey, in the blinds behind you and over your shoulder.
Right. Yeah. She was always there, man. So I'm gonna miss her. I know, my kids and everybody, we're gonna miss her too. So just keep us in your prayers in regards to that. Like I said, it's just like losing a family member, man. It's we still in mourning, in regards to losing a part of the family.
Yeah, man. That's tough. That is tough.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's talk, man. We got Rams versus the Bengals today, man. Coming on at 6:30. Man, of course, we wanted to jump in and talk a little bit. Of course, also we want to invite you guys to come in and join us today too. So if you guys in the comments, you guys want to jump in, let us know, man. We can bring y'all on the show and chop it up. So if you want to ask us some questions or just interact with us today, definitely it's the day to do so. Also, man, let us know what's going on with your Super Bowl festivities today. So you want to jump in, give us a little preview of what you guys got going on. We're more than happy to welcome y'all. And honestly, King, I feel kind of I feel slighted because we didn't get no invites.
At all.
No invites, nobody's parties or nothing. We've been rocking for months now. Nobody's jumped in the comments, but hey, won't we three kings come on over for, watch the game with us? Nobody, man. I thought we was family.
Man, they doing us bad right now, man.
Yeah, man. Doing us real bad. And listen, look, this Tyler, what's going on, man? Listen, that Detroit Rams shirt,
it's bullshit.
Come on, man. Let's not do that. Let's, come on.
However you may feel about, Matthew Stafford or whatever, bro. I mean, stop with the t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, watch the Super Bowl, enjoy the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? We watch it every year anyways. Enjoy the Super Bowl with the Rams versus the Bengals.
Yeah.
Like I said, this t-shirt is with the Rams head on the Lions body. Like, come on, dog. Like, y'all pushing it, y'all stretching a little bit too much. One thing, it gives guys like me a bad name, and it gives us a label as Matthew Stafford lovers. No, the whole goal of the situation, especially me, was to point out the flaw that we have with management. You know what I'm saying? To point out management. That's what this whole thing was about. That's why I said I didn't want to do any more content about it, because I want to point out to the Lions fans, your management, the Fords, man, stop giving them all of your money. You buying everything, you going to every single game. I just wanted that to be pointed out. But this Detroit Rams bullshit, this got to stop.
Yeah, because and I agree with you, King, because and I said it last season before he got traded, and I always said, like, yeah, for me, it was time for Stafford and the Lions to divorce because, like, he done ran his course. It wasn't going to get any better no time soon with another rebuild. And I know I had always argued with guys in the barbershops at work where they used to be like, man, Stafford this, we need to get rid of him. And I said, fine. But I said, one, who would you get rid of him for that's not already elite? Yeah. And for two, if he goes somewhere else, he's going to be a playoff / Super Bowl contending team. Yeah. Which when the Rams did that trade, when they did that trade, I said, yeah, they're going to compete for a Super Bowl. Yeah. Now, him make it to the Super Bowl, I didn't predict that, but I did say that he's going to go. That team is with him at the helm. We'll make some noise for the Super Bowl, and here he is in the Super Bowl with the Rams because of the type of team that he's on. So I felt that any team that he went to, that was going to be the case.
You look at it, and most of it, you got to just understand. Most of it is just the Lions, bro. It's a poverty franchise, man, that just doesn't do the job. You look at it now. Look at what his roster is right now. You got Kupp, you got Ramsey, you got Aaron Donald. You got a couple of other players fill in. You got Odell Beckham Jr. Matthew Stafford had, Calvin Johnson. He had Darius Slay. He had Ndamukong Suh. He had Golden Tate. The difference is obviously the way that the team ran itself, the way that, the coaching that we brung in here was also a thing. But at the same time, that team didn't last long. You know what I'm saying, with those guys I named. That was like a 1 or 2 year thing where they were at their peak. And even in between that, we had some injury issues. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we did get to the playoffs, even though we all know what happened. Calvin Johnson still talking about what happened in that Dallas game. What happened with the Seahawks. We can go down the list.
Yeah,
but it's just the Lions being able to be a sustainable team, man, and build something that's, structured where, you got something in the backfield, you got the core pieces to go along with the studs, you know what I'm saying? You got the depth, you got everything you need. So, like I said, all of those years, you mean out of all of those years, you couldn't give me a run game? Not 1 year? Not one?
Not just a run game, a solid O-line.
Yeah,
to be able to establish that run game. Because, for years, I just got tired of not seeing the O-line get a push, but always see our defensive line get pushed by other O-lines. I'm looking at one side of the ball, seeing these guys get a push and the running backs being able to get to the next level. And on our end, it was always running to the back of our linemen. And that's something that, with us not having that solid run game, of course you're going to be able to keen in on certain players and certain aspects. And even so, even with them not having a run game, Stafford was still able to throw for so many yards anyway.
500 yards.
So, over time, you've seen that develop. And even after like I said, the last couple of years, if you watched the game, you knew that, okay, in the beginning, he had some flaws and it was some blamable things he had, but towards the end of his tenure with the Lions, you've seen like he's got enough to where it could get us to the next level. It's not that he didn't have the stuff to do it.
No.
He wasn't making a lot of the mistakes that he made earlier on that people was hating on, and I understand.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I could rock with that. But then when it was time for the new regime, I said, you know what? Let's not waste it.
Yeah, because the Matt Patricia era just did it over. They did it over, man. They took it in overdrive. You know what I'm saying? It is.
What was upsetting about the Matt Patricia era is because it wasn't supposed to be a breakdown. It was supposed to have been acclimated what we already had. We was there. He was supposed to take us over the top to bring us to playoff / potentially Super Bowl contending team. And that was a completely opposite. It's kind of like he came in and he just trashed the organization back down to rebuild stage. And that's not where we were at when he came in. So that was definitely a blow to the Lions organization and to the fans.
Bad draft and bad free agency. Like I said, you look over the years, we just not got a good tight end in Hockenson. And look at it, even today, we only got one good tight end. You know what I'm saying? So tight end play, we've had Pettigrew and Ebron at tight end. You know what I'm saying? So, just the way these teams just were structured over the years. And that's what I wanted to point out to the fan base. It's not a thing about putting Matthew Stafford on the pedestal. Yeah, that man made a lot of mistakes during his tenure here, but your team should be able to be sustainable enough to make mistakes and still come out with victories on the other end, because a lot of quarterbacks do so. I've seen Tom Brady throw 3 picks in a game and still win it. You know what I'm saying? Off the back of the defense. And that's what a lot of the fan base don't understand. So when you got a quarterback and you don't have an offensive line, you're getting 5 sacks in one game from the Vikings or the Bears or the Packers, whoever it may be, and your offensive line ain't doing much. You know, like I said, it's going to make you easy. We remember when Golden Tate came out in the locker room and said that teams were calling out plays that they were making. It's easy to defend. Nobody's running the ball. So you only got to lock in on Calvin and Matthew Stafford. That is the most defendable thing that you can do. And that's what we wanted to point out. You know, we need better structure. And I'm so happy right now that things are looking on the up and up. You know, this new era, you know, the Brad Holmes and the Dan Campbell era looks like they get it. They understand football. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
Yeah, and you know, here's Johnny. Yeah, exactly, man. You know, Eric Ebron, who had catching issues in college, we took over Aaron Donald, you know what I'm saying?
And Odell Beckham Jr. Let's not forget about that too.
What? Like, you know what I'm saying? Bad drafting, bad free agents, bad structure on these teams, bad coaching, you know what I'm saying? And
it's a whole combination. But we ain't here to talk about the Lions. This is Super Bowl Sunday. We got the Rams versus Cincinnati. Now, we had to go on the opposite side because you got a guy in Joe Burrow coming in year 2, already got his team to the Super Bowl. So it kind of makes what we're talking about kind of like, well, he went through the same thing in the year 2. They're already in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I know Big Gang, he'll jump on this if he gets in and he sees it, he's gonna want to say that, well, you guys talk about Matt Stafford not having this, not having that. Somebody would say Joe Burrow, he don't have a line, he didn't have a lot of weapons, and they went and got to the Super Bowl in his second year. So
well, it seems but Burrow, a lot of people when they say that he don't have an offensive line, that's bullshit. The thing is, yeah, he doesn't have a premier offensive line. They are inconsistent, is what they are. But during this run at the end of the season, they've been consistent. They've been very consistent. You've seen just last game how good of a job that they did. So not only that, but having a coaching staff that understands, hey, we gotta make the best situation for Burrow. We got to get the ball out of his hands. We got to create plays and run schemes that helps everything out. And that's one of the things with, you know, our organizations here in Detroit, we just never did. We never did that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So with Burrow, even with him having an offensive line that's inconsistent, that team across the board is just, they're solid. They're not the greatest at every single thing. They're solid across the board.
And another thing is that organization-wise, they wasn't too far off.
No.
Now, they had a bad couple years, but we got to remember Marvin Lewis was over there for all them years, and the guys was perennial playoff teams. They never got out the first round, but they were perennial playoff teams. So as an organization, they wasn't too far off.
Yeah.
So with them coming in, having that down season where they could get a Joe Burrow, and they had the running game was solid. And then they drafted and had some good wide receivers over there. Defensive wise, they're making a lot of surprising plays. This is how they ended up where they're at because they took advantage of a lot of situations. Like nobody expected Cincinnati to be here, but they took advantage of the opportunities that these other teams gave them, like Kansas City throwing interceptions and the Oakland Raiders throwing interceptions and turning the ball over. It's crazy because the boy got sacked 9 times against Tennessee, and Tennessee couldn't do nothing with it. So I commend Cincinnati for, coming and doing what they were supposed to do. They were the underdog, and they played like it.
Yeah.
But today, I think that is going to run its course.
It's coming to an end.
It's going to be experience over inexperience, and with the Rams having the experience of being in the Super Bowl before. Cincinnati, this is everyone's first time being there. It's going to be I think it's going to be a little bit overwhelming for Cincinnati. But if it's a close game, it's not. I'm welcoming it, but I going geared towards the Rams. You guys in the comments, y'all can leave y'all choice. Like, who do you guys got for the Super Bowl today? Whether it's the Rams or Cincinnati. But for me, I just see like it's going to be, Cincinnati gonna run its course today, and LA is going to take the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with LA. Aaron Donald is going to eat today, I believe. I believe he's going to eat today. I've seen him take some of the pre-Super Bowl photos, and Aaron Donald is in every photo looking like a bad kid in the class. Like, this dude is just angry right now. And that's not a good thing, for the opposing team. So I think he's going to eat today.
Well, Aaron Donald, he's going to try to pick a fight with somebody today. You can already see us. I can already see a little helmet scuffle going on with him and one of the offensive linemen for Cincinnati.
Yeah, and that Cincinnati secondary got a long day coming. They got a long day coming, trying to keep up.
But the Rams secondary gonna have some trouble too. Like the receivers over there with Cincinnati.
Yeah,
it's going to stretch it. So
it's gonna be a battle with Ramsey and Jamar, man.
That's gonna be fun to watch. That's definitely gonna be fun to watch. With them, if he's going to travel with Chase, that's gonna be a fun watch.
Yeah.
And then we gotta, and then on the other end, we gotta see like who's going to cover Cooper Kupp, because somehow, some way, he always end up wide open. Like he ain't been thrown to all year. I hope they got a scheme to work him out.
Yeah,
so where he doesn't go off like he's been going off, but somehow, some way, he seems to get open. I think it's with the emergence of Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
With his emergence, it's going to make it hard for people to try to go over the top and cover Cooper Kupp because of what he's been doing these last couple of weeks. And last couple of weeks, and him being familiar with this, getting a little more familiar with this offense, is going to
you can't
open up more avenues.
Double Kupp just simply because you got OBJ. You can't double them. So it's like I said, this actually is a good matchup. This Super Bowl is actually a really good matchup, and that's one of the the plus about it, man. So for instance, you got to look at also. I need to look up and see how good the run defense for Cincinnati has been this in this playoff run, because like I said, you got to be able to stop the run. That's another thing they're gonna have to do against the Rams. You got to be able to stop the run, but then at the same time, I just think that defense is just gonna overpower them, bro. I think that pass rush is gonna be lethal today in this.
And I believe that in order for Cincinnati to be able to survive or have a chance to win this game, is that they're going to have to, that running game is going to have to be efficient.
It's going to have to.
Because I don't know if between Leonard Floyd, Miller, and Donald, dropping back the pass is not going to be.
It ain't going to be your best interest.
It's not going to be correct in your best interest, man. So this is definitely going to be. To me, it's going to be a fun watch. I look forward to the Super Bowl. It's definitely it's going to have everyone's attention. And what you guys, like I say, leave your comments on who you guys think is going to win. Of course, I've seen the little comment of the Simpsons. Everybody know the Simpsons are never wrong, right? And the Simpsons have predicted a Bengals over the LA win. So
yeah. Y'all already know we're not gonna get into conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theory, a little conspiracy theory.
Usually when they say something, it happens.
Exactly. Simpsons has not been wrong, except about Donald Trump.
The NFL got a lot of scumbags in it, a lot of betting going on and things like that. But that's another topic, So
indeed, we can't get into conspiracy theory. But like I said, guys, if you guys want to join in on this, let us know, man. We definitely could have you guys pop in with us. Let us know what you guys are doing today for your Super Bowl festivities. We'd like to see it. If you could show a little bit what's going on, invite us into your home, seeing that y'all didn't invite us to come over to watch it with you guys.
Well, what do you got going on, Willie?
Well, actually, for me,
what you got going on?
I actually got an invite from one of my friends to come over and watch the game. You believe that?
Yeah.
I got an invite, so I will be going to one of my boys' house. We're gonna kick it over there. One of my guys came in from Florida as a visit, so we're going to go over there and kick it. Watch the game, chow down some wins. Of course, I think wings is like the Super Bowl.
I kind of feel like that. Wait a minute, y'all in the comments. I kind of feel like that's some shade. Like you obviously you could have kind of came and watched the game over my house, but you know you got an invite. I get it, you know what I'm saying. But even at my house, we both had COVID already. So
yeah, right. That's true. That's true. But your wife don't allow me to take my shirt off, so I can't be myself. And of course, we couldn't make it to Big A house because he all the way in New Mexico.
Right, he down in the boroughs down
right. He down there where Bugs Bunny pop up at. Over to Albuquerque.
Yeah, I got some. You know, my wife went and picked up some wings from Detroit Wing Company.
Mm-hmm.
And she's about to make this this dish that she's seen on TikTok and stuff. So we're gonna see how that goes. But I got my my dilly dillies, man, and I'm ready for some wings. You know, so I'm ready to kick back.
So you got the burroos, huh?
Yeah, I'm ready to take my shirt off and make all my kids go upstairs. That's what I'm ready to do.
Now, chicken tacos don't sound too bad. Nah, I can rock with that.
Nah, man. You know, like I said, it ain't nothing like a good meal by watching a good Super Bowl. I just don't want to see, you know, some of the Super Bowls that we've seen, you know, over the last couple of years or so. I don't want to see some miraculous comeback either. I just want a tooth and nail, tough, you know, game where they just going back and forth. I want to see these two number 9s do their thing,
mm-hmm.
and I want some fireworks, man.
And I do too, because I want this to be the culmination of the postseason, because this has been, in my opinion, the best postseason that I have ever watched. I don't know if there's anyone previously that you guys can come up with in the comments or not, but personally for me, the way these games have been played out, I haven't been this excited about a postseason in years, and I haven't seen a postseason like this in years. The way these games, not just the championship games, but the wild cards and the other games, all of them has been very entertaining.
Yeah,
to the point that where you didn't know who was going to win. There really wasn't no outright favorite going into this postseason, in my opinion. I know we had the number 1 seeds, but they wasn't the favorite.
Everybody, you know, these series, everybody had me on my toes, man. Like, what, you know what I'm saying? These games has been absolutely just crazy. So I expect more of the same today, to be honest. You know, like I said, with Matthew Stafford and Joe Burrow, obviously, you know, Joe Burrow is a quarterback that can go out and make plays, man. I just don't want to see a arm-heavy game on Matthew Stafford. I want his team to step up and just make it a little bit easier, because, you know, like I said, we've seen that team do their best job and try to get a game away for the fella. So I just want to see a good game. And whether he win or lose, this is a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? He made the cut. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the focus is today. And I just want to see a good game.
I also want to see better Super Bowl commercials too. I don't know, the Super Bowl commercials been lacking the last couple of years.
Trash.
They've been lacking last couple of years. We need to. They need to step up the Super Bowl commercial game, because of course, my favorite Super Bowl commercial, it's probably one of everybody's in this podcast commercial, and that's the Office linebacker.
Bro, listen, Willie. On everything I love, bro. I literally go on YouTube and still pull that up from time to time, bro. It is still, they have all the episodes in one video. I'm literally crying watching those videos.
Terrible tape. When that commercial dropped, dude, I laughed tears out of my eyes, because oh my God, that's got to be now. It's been some great commercials, but that's my favorite, because that one debuted during the Super Bowl in which Tampa Bay and Oakland played.
Oh man.
And you already know that Tampa Bay was my team. So that Super Bowl plus that commercial made my night. That has to be.
Speaking Tampa Bay, interesting. Do you think it's a chance that Aaron Rodgers might curve the Broncos and go to Tampa?
It's a possibility. I know that Green Bay in the works of trying to say they're doing whatever they can to keep him.
Yeah.
The problem with Green Bay keeping him, and I believe this is what Aaron Rodgers' issue is that if he stays, everybody else is going to go because they're not going to have the cap size to keep nobody. You're not going to be able to keep Aaron Rodgers and sign Adams because Adams is looking to get paid number one receiver money.
Yeah,
and you're not going to be able to do that and keep Aaron Rodgers.
It's going to be tough mathematically. It's not going to make any sense. So, like I said, I think for sure he's finally going to leave Green Bay. I hope he is. I need him to get out the NFC North. So,
get him up out of here. Most definitely.
I'm so sick of Aaron Rodgers, man. And, he got exposed again in the playoffs, and I loved every second of it, you know what I'm saying? Because Aaron Rodgers get a lot of accolades simply he's, for instance, Dallas, man. Dallas offensive line has carried some quarterbacks over there. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers, man, has an excellent front in front of him. And he has a lot of time to sit back there and pick his nose before he throws the football. And it drives insane. You know what I'm saying? Because, you never seen such and such and such. Yeah, because he got 5 minutes to sit back there in the backfield and pick you apart. You know what I'm saying? So I love the pressure that they brought on him in these playoffs, man, and sent them home early once again. The 49ers.
Indeed. And of course, this might be the first time in a long time. We look forward to the halftime show.
Yeah. And this is my thing. This is why I believe the Simpsons. This is why if I was betting, I'm going to bet the Bengals because
of course,
I'm betting, the Simpsons, man, and like I said, I don't want to say anything to be anti-Semitic and nothing like that, but we all
controversial.
But Eminem, out of all people performing at the half, you got Matthew Stafford from Detroit. You got all these Detroit people watching this game. Eminem's the halftime show. It's like this is a pre-order type of thing for me. This is fishy. I don't, like I said, I don't want to get into the conspiracy theories, whatever. But it's mighty funny that Eminem is the guy with Mom Spaghetti at halftime performing. You in LA, you can have not in you have the LA Rams, you know what I'm saying, but you can have anybody to perform in the Super Bowl. Eminem's the guy. Knowing how Detroit heavy the Super Bowl is, Eminem's the guy. That is very, very suspect to me.
Suspect? Well, we'll see. But you got a little bit of everybody because of course Dre and Snoop, they West Coast, so they had to do it for LA. And then with M being on it, because I don't believe he's ever been on a halftime show before. I think he did Thanksgiving before. I know he did that, but a halftime show, Eminem.
Man, you barely hear it.
I'm a big Eminem fan, of course.
Not even with the T-shirt thing, you know what I'm saying. I could have got with a T-shirt that said from Detroit to LA. I could even got with that, you know what I'm saying. This Detroit Rams is some bullshit, you know what I'm saying. So, for instance, because you got a lot of what a lot of people don't realize is a lot of the actors, entertainers that's from LA, they come from Michigan. If you really look, LA is very Michigan heavy. So you already know they're gonna push this thing. They definitely gonna push this thing, man. So I don't know, man.
Definitely, man. It's gonna be fun. I hope it'll be fun. I'm gonna have fun watching it for sure. And I do want to be honest. Part of me want the culmination of Stafford winning the Super Bowl because I believe if he does, that will solidify him as a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and not even just that. If he wins, it's also going to solidify. It's going to take. Some of these Lions fans are finally going to turn to the Fords and say, what the hell were you doing? Because like I said, with our fan base, we have a very passionate fan base, but we also have a fan base that, they don't help themselves either. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we got a franchise where we sell out tickets, you know what I'm saying, for losing teams.
Yeah.
So when you do that type of thing and you hear on the inside from, ex-players and personnel that's telling you that the Lions run it literally like a business. It's just not good for you. You can't look me in my face and tell me Martha Ford knows anything about football in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So
about Marion Rich, that's what she knows.
Yeah. It's more.
But But enough Lions talk, man. We told you this is Super Bowl Sunday. We're not about to down ourselves. I don't know how we keep reverting back to the Lions. We're not about to down ourselves.
Matthew Stafford, man. It's Matthew Stafford.
He's no longer a Detroit Lion. He is a
if Matthew Stafford was a corner, if he was a cornerback, it'd have been a different story. But he's the quarterback, so you already know what it is, man. And then when you got Eminem. Yeah.
Somehow, somewhere, we got to come back to these jokers, man. This is supposed to be a celebratory day. Enough of the Lions. So we definitely look forward to it. So yeah. So for me, I think a lot of people felt that way. A lot of people, felt otherwise about him. Is he a Hall of Famer or not? But I think that him winning today would definitely solidify it. I mean. If he wins today, I believe he may just be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
I say it like that.
Broke a lot of records. Obviously, broke a lot of records. Yeah, the winning record against playoff teams, that's not great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's literally your only card against it right now because as far as passing yards and things, listen, these guys that select people for the Hall of Fame, they're not stupid. They realize Matthew Stafford played for the Detroit Lions. You know what I'm saying? This is the losingest franchise in NFL history. You know what I'm saying?
We had the best running back and best wide receiver. So what's that to say it?
Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson both left the game early simply because of this franchise, bro.
It wasn't worth playing for. It's like, why am I risking myself tearing my body? Because Barry left, his body was intact. He just said, I'm not about to go through this, and there's nothing coming on.
Nothing. They did to Barry. To be honest, while we talking about it, they did to Barry, which you went back to the Lions. It's not my fault, Willie. They did Barry. They did the same thing to Barry that they did to Calvin and Matthew. They never put real complimentary pieces around Barry Sanders. Mm-hmm. And he said, before I get to that point where Calvin Johnson was, I'm leaving. And I mean, it was like I said, that breakup situation was just terrible in the first place. Barry wanted to actually leave here and go elsewhere. Mm-hmm. We see what the Forest did to him. We see what they did to Calvin Johnson. So, like I said, it's just terrible. We talk about Matthew.
That was Coach Ross' fault. What happened with Barry?
Yeah, it was.
He thought that he was bigger than the franchise. Like, listen, you got to treat your franchise player better than. He's not going to be the same as most. And you try to treat him like every other player, and that's what Ross' problem was. And that's, to me, what tipped the hat of Barry Sanders retiring early. Because, like, listen, I'm not about to deal with you. I ain't got to deal with you. Like, it's certain guys you gotta treat different. I think Ross didn't want to do that for Barry, and it cost him. And that's why I'm glad he's up out here. But I do want to jump into this because, King, I know you want to speak on that. So I think we could return back to the Lions Super Bowl talk, but that Troy Weaver and Marvin Bagley situation, I definitely want to jump into that a little bit because I know you got some input on that, King.
Very interesting, man, because Troy Weaver came out, and he confirmed once again what the game plan is with the Lions and why they went for a guy like Marvin Bagley in the trade instead of in free agency. They wanted to, legit give him an opportunity to, see what they could possibly have and bringing him now and letting him play, the rest of the season instead of, going and getting him after the season. So, but he reiterated what the game plan was. And he said, just him to acknowledge that they don't have a player like Bagley on his team lets you know that this guy literally, he realizes what's happening with his team. And, to have a guy like Bagley is going to help them. We talking about a guy, Marvin Bagley, that's, has some of his best games of his career against Giannis Antetokounmpo. Gave Giannis 30-plus games. You know what I'm saying? So the spurts were there. Whatever the friction was between him and the Kings, that's in the past now. What he can do for this team is definitely going to be something that can help out a lot, especially with, certain guards on this team, because you have a guy that's a true, legit 6'11" that has some athleticism that can, stretch the floor here and there. But at the same time, he rebounds and he'll block some shots for you. So, yeah, he's very young, obviously 22 years old. So why not go and take a chance on a guy like this and bring him in with the rest of these young guys and let them build together, let them get good together, man. And like I said, Cade and Killian needed. I mean, obviously, we watched last game. We watched last game. Killian Hayes literally could have had 20 assists if he wanted to. Nobody could knock a shot down last game. Nobody. And when you have guards like Cade and Killian that's willing to pass, that wants to run pick and roll, and you bring a guy in like Marvin Bagley, it's just gonna help everything. You know what I'm saying? We need obviously we need more than just Marvin Bagley at that position. We need more athleticism still. We need another big, but like I said, it's going to help everybody else out, help guys get better, because when you have that pick and roll threat, it opens up those guys that are standing in the corner.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
and that's the big thing, is being more consistent on the offensive end, because we're suffering because of it. And I know you speak a lot on the defensive end, King, but honestly, there's really, to me, not too much of a point of defense if offensively we're not efficient enough, because we need our offense to help defense.
Yeah.
If they're going off on fast break opportunities and miss shots, your defense can't get back and set up.
No.
So it's going to hurt, because you're scrambling. You got to have guys communicating when you're trying to get back. If we can get offense going to where the guys can come back and get set up, it helps the defense a lot.
Now, this is the thing. This is what scares me. And I was getting to this next. Chuck brought it up. Bagley, on offense was used really, really bad in Sacramento. And if you go back and you get any other game clips, you'll see that he was standing in the corner. Now, to Dwayne Casey, that obviously is a compliment to stand in the corner, according to his own words. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play Bagley. And if we run this pick and roll with Bagley, or are we going to have him sitting in the corner? Simply.
I don't think they would, because that's not his style. Reason why you got guys sitting in the corner, because we don't have a guy like Bagley that can pick and roll. Like Stewart, he's good for like rebounding and defending, but as far as like get him in a pick and roll situation, he's not consistent enough hitting that shot to where we can have that. And I think if we get guys that can consistently do the pick and roll, those guys sitting in the corner, they can move more. But if you got a guy that's like Killian, that he's going to drive, his first thing is to look to kick it anyway. So you got to be stepping off into these corners a little bit, because he's not driving to score right now. He's driving to pass. So you want to be able to be set up to catch and shoot. But you also got to be set up to be able to make the shot, because if the shot is not made, when he does that, that takes two guys away from getting back down court to defend, in which we having, in my opinion, we're having problems with defensively, is getting back on defense, setting up and not getting out of place. And these guys on this offensive end killing us. Like the last couple of games, man, Charlotte and the Pelicans and the other guys we played, man, they've been, woo. How many points Charlotte scored? Is 140 points?
Listen, when you got two factors on our defense that's gonna kill you against teams like that. When you have over 16. When you have Corey Joseph starting, like I said, nothing against Corey Joseph, but when he's starting at point guard against LaMelo Ball, you're going to die. When you have Kelly Olynyk literally standing there and watching people dunk the basketball on defense, you're going to die. So Marvin Bagley helps with at least one of those aspects on the defensive end. But then on the offensive end, he also helps with the ability to run pick and roll where your guards can get to the basket freely, where those guys can stand in the corner and actually have an opportunity to get open shots. So he helps on both ends of the floor. So it's going to be interesting to see how much they try to hold him out from starting from that starting lineup, simply because of his contract situation. I want to read these numbers right quick. I got off of Twitter earlier. It's from a guy named Andy Bailey, man. He's a heavy stats dude. And I'm going to read these two to you. It's very interesting, especially for you, Chuck Brewer and Joshua. Now, when Cade Cunningham plays with Killian Hayes, 619 minutes on the floor. Cade had he averages 20 points, 5 assists, in 75 possessions, 43.6% from the field goal range, and field goal percentage. I'm sorry, and 40% from three. Now without him in 623 minutes, 15 points, 6 assists, 75 possessions, 35% field goal percentage, and 21% from three. That is significant in the jump from Killian Hayes, running point guard, to Corey Joseph. Then,
well, let me jump in on that one real quick, Ken, because I feel, in my opinion, that's a little bit misleading, because all Killian does is pass. So those numbers are going, because he's not looking to shoot. So if he comes in and all he's doing is passing, those numbers is going to be skewed in my opinion, as opposed to like somebody like Corey Joseph, who's going to pass, but he's also looking for a shot. Cade strictly, not Cade, but Killian, if you watch him, he's strictly coming in to pass. So I can see that stat line being the way it is, but it's kind of misleading in my opinion in a way, because
that's not the point of this tweet. The point of this tweet is to point out that what are the Pistons doing with Cade Cunningham? Is he a point guard or is he not? That's what this is pointing out. That's what he's pointing out in this tweet.
But it still goes back to what I was saying.
This is the ball without him, without the ball in his hand. This is Cade with the ball in his hand. That's what he's pointing out to you.
But that's where, and I get that, but that's where I say it's kind of skewed, is because all Killian does is pass. If he's doing more than just that, then that stat line to me would be a little different. If you got a guy just coming in, just doing that, he's just focused on that, then you know what Cade does as far as like pass and shoot, it's going to be different. But if Killian was doing the same thing Cade was doing, in my opinion, that stat line would be different if he put up more shots.
Well, that you can't really compare that because they're two different type of players. Killian literally is a pure point guard.
I would say he's a pure passing point guard. I would say a pure point guard.
A pure point guard is someone who sets up the offense. That's what a pure point guard is. There's a scoring guard and there's pure point guards. He's a pure point guard. Cade is a positionless guard that knows how to pass. That's the difference. It's a Luka type of trait where you can't call him a point guard or a shooting guard. He's just a really good guard that can pass the basketball. It's two different types.
So you would put Killian in the likes of I would say Rajon Rondo. Yes. That's what your comparison is because I guess he would be considered a pure point guard. What you think, Big A?
So fill me in. What are we talking about? I kind of got the gist of it.
I had went over this thing that was posted on Twitter by Andy Bailey, man, and he was pointing out basically what it looks like with Killian and Cade together and with them without when they're playing without each other. And Cade's numbers are significantly better when Killian's on the court, simply because Killian finds Cade in good spots, and he relieves him from having the ball in his hand so much. When Corey Joseph's on the court with Cade, that's not necessarily the case. Corey Joseph out there is not going to get you 12 assists. You know what I'm saying? That's not coming from Corey Joseph. Yeah, he's going to knock down some open shots here and there. But if you're going to not start Cade at point guard and start Corey at point guard, I feel like it's putting Cade in the worst position. And that's what he's pointing out. It's like, why are you starting Corey Joseph, but it's not helping Cade. It's actually making it a little bit worse because, like I said, Corey's not a guy that's just going to find you out there and set you up for shots. That's not what he is. He literally just running around with the basketball, if you ask me. But when you watch the game, he literally just running around. So, with him starting and Cade Cunningham numbers not being the same, this guy's questioning, why are you starting Corey Joseph? But you got to because of the situation you in. Obviously, because you want to bring Killian off the bench. You want to bring him in and have him to come at his own pace. Like, for instance, last game, He came off the bench, but he gave you 12 assists that game. So yeah,
but them was garbage assists because the game was over. It's like it's not. There was meeting assists with that, and I want to jump into that because I know he got assists, but the game was over, man. The game was
me off, Willie. That's one game. What about the games before? What about the game they won when he had 8 assists?
That's one game. That's one game.
That's not one game. Give me his totals over the last 5 games. I know you don't have it because I know you have it.
It don't matter what the totals is if they still getting blown out and losing these games.
So if they're getting blown out, so we've seen the Pistons get blown out. How many games where they made an effort to come back? So are you telling me that these players just gave up that game, or they're supposed to stop playing?
What I'm saying is kind of like, that's what I'm saying. They're skewed stats in my opinion.
Okay, so 24 points from Saddiq Bey gets erased because the Pistons got blown out, right? That's what you're telling me.
If the game is already at hand, yes. Yes, if the game is already at hand, yeah, those are nice stats.
We're talking about the Pistons for a period because that erases Cade's numbers. Cade's done that.
But see, that's the thing. I didn't say that they didn't, but I'm not going to jump off the porch because they got these numbers.
Who's jumping off the porch?
You are. You're jumping off to the point the way saying, okay, he's putting in these numbers, and I'm like, wait a minute. It's like the numbers are skewed because
does he start the fourth quarter? Does he start the first and third quarter?
Who?
Killian.
No. But see, okay, this is okay. So to your point, because there was a time period where the bench was coming in and doing numbers better than the starter. So I give you that point, but to me, it's not consistent enough to say with the things that you're trying to bring to the point, in my opinion.
What is the whole purpose of him coming off the bench?
Because he needs to be in a position where he could play relaxed.
Until he can gain consistency, right?
And he hasn't. Because as much as you want to jump on him about his assists, the guy he's also been turnover prone too. Because you ain't mentioned them 8 turnovers he had the other game either.
And that's one game. Now listen, out of 5 games, that one game he had those 8 turnovers. Who was on your Great White Hope, Kelly Olynyk, but I don't
my Kelly Olynyk.
Kelly Olynyk has been a bum because he's not healthy.
Yeah, don't be doing that to my
listen. That one game out of 5 games total, the last 5 games totals, he's had that one game. The other 4 games, 0 turnovers. 0 turnovers. So that argument is nothing. That is nothing. That's not the point. That's the point that people are making is simply Corey Joseph is starting. And you're starting Cade Cunningham at shooting guard next to Corey Joseph. If you're going to do something, start Diallo at shooting guard like you've been doing and start Cade at point guard. Why is Corey Joseph starting at point guard? It makes no sense.
Well, for one, we gotta get Cade healthy, get him to play, and then now with Bagley being in, you can. I said for me, I agree with you. Let's experiment. Let's put him at the guard. Let's move the other. I want to see Cade at the point guard so we can see how that will mesh. Because honestly, we're going to get a point guard in free agency or we're going to draft a point guard. But if we don't have to, and if there's something like you said that Killian is going to be coming off the bench with, I would prefer to have Cade running the point because he can. Listen, I agree with you. Everybody knows Kojo is not a starting point guard, but it's just right now because the season is at hand, you could just have him there because he good and bad, he still could play a little bit. But he's not, of course, he's not our point guard of the future. He's not even our point guard right now, but because we're losing so much, it's kind of like, okay, we prefer to have.
You're losing that much. LeBron getting Saban Lee the other night. What's wrong with Saban Lee if you're losing?
Saban Lee is not consistent either. That's the problem. Nobody's been consistent.
How do you build a consistency? Don't they have to get on the court? Corey Joseph been in the league for 35 years and he's still inconsistent. This man is literally.
That's why he's a bench player because he's not consistent enough to be a starter. But because the guy that we pegged as the starter of the future is not ready, he has to be in the lineup right now. I mean, listen, Magruder, Saban Lee, whoever you want to put at the point guard, fine, rotate it because we know they're not going to be there in the future. Or like you said, I prefer to have Diallo in. But Diallo, he deserves it, but he brings that energy off the bench that we've been needing. It's like, to me, we can't even afford to have Diallo come in and start louder because we need somebody off the bench.
You got Frank off the bench.
That too, but Frank been hurt. It's like we can't catch a break.
With the line, right?
Exactly. Right. It's like the arguments that we're making is all based off of consistency with me.
Yeah.
If we can get guys to be healthy enough to where we can play with the lineup, then I can jump with on that because right now we're in that position to do so.
True.
Once guys get healthy enough.
Troy Weaver brought that up today about the inconsistency with the lineup. He said this second portion after the All-Star break, he's looking for a consistent lineup to get out there because, like I said, it's a revolving door with guys that's going in and out right now, and it's been that way the entire season. So
right now, I like that bench lineup that we had when we had Diallo and Killian and Trey Lyles and Frank Jackson, and that was a great lineup.
Yeah,
that coming off the bench that we had.
It was balanced.
Yeah, it was balanced. But of course, we got rid of Trey Lyles. Frank Jackson, he got injured a little bit, and that changed up the rotation. So the arguments that we're making is kind of a mute little bit because we just haven't been consistent enough because of injuries and other situations.
Yeah. Yeah,
but I think we talked enough because Big A been a little quiet over there, man.
Yeah, man, we was talking Super Bowl earlier. We just switched over because it's just something recent. But we was talking Super Bowl.
I think the whole thing with the Killian thing, it's just like people, they look at where we drafted them at, who we drafted them over, and it's just like at this point. You just gotta. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where we having problems with. But to me, I think he should come off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think he ready to be thrusted in the front line. And I mean, and the thing with Kojo to me though, it's like I'm not gonna fault him for getting minutes. If it was people better than him, I think somebody else would be playing before him. I was just kind of having this conversation on my semi-pro team, guys feeling like, well, I should be playing here. I should be playing there. Well, you probably ain't showing it because it could be a lot of things that we don't see. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. A lot of things behind the scenes you don't see. Whether a guy know his plays, how he been practicing during the week. I mean, it's a bunch of stuff that goes into it.
We talking about practice?
Yeah.
Practice, dog.
Hey, listen. Not the game. Listen, John Beilein, I'm going to bring this guy because me and Willie was talking about this the other day, man. How, Michigan is struggling because they don't have that shooting that they have. Well, like I say, I just really learned this a couple months back that John Beilein is what they consider a shooting specialist. You know what I'm saying? So, the way he had Michigan prepared and the way he had them boys shooting, this guy had basketballs where he had sensors in the ball to where he could tell where you was putting your fingers on the ball, how much pressure you was putting on your pinky and your index and all of that type of stuff, man. So it's those little things we don't know about, right? But it's stuff that's behind the scenes, things like that really plays a big part because you can really tell the difference from Michigan shooting these last couple of years to, how they struggling now with shooting. So.
Well, he need to help the Pistons. Can't nobody knock down the goddamn shot. I know that's what Lewis was thinking.
Man, and that's what I'm like, listen, I hope so because that would definitely help solve a lot of our issues. And that's why I was saying before you got on, Big A, what's going to help our defense is that we have to have a better offense. Like we got to get offense going because it kind of wastes the defensive. Like I would say this, and me and Big A, we was talking earlier this week. I was saying, we had a conversation about like Killian being the best defender on the team, and I was saying he is by default because everybody else don't have that defensive prowess outside of I would say
Diallo.
and Stewart.
He leading
But I
the
think
league.
I
He leading the league in steals.
I honestly believe y'all sleeping on K's defense, though, man.
I'm not. I think
Listen, for as much as he do on offense, dog, K be out there on defense, bro. I mean, name somebody. I mean, who had more than 4 blocks on the more than 3 in a game?
Yeah, it's a couple players this year so far.
I mean, to me, I'm like,
Wild scored 30 points, so
exactly.
Yeah, so we gotta add that too.
Did they win that game?
No.
What do we mean?
No, it didn't win.
Exactly.
But we celebrated him though, because I know I celebrated him.
He deserved it.
Yeah, for sure.
But what I'm saying is, you're talking about a 30-point game and then 4 blocks on the other end. I mean, that's a lot. Yeah. I mean, to where, like I say, if you ain't doing nothing on the offensive end, you just ought to be doing something on the defensive end because you got all your energy, right? Yeah. So I think we sleeping on K's defense, man.
And that's a good point you made, Big A. Like I said, and that's why I kind of feel like if you watching the game, it's kind of like scared stats a little bit, because if you got more energy, just focus on one particular thing, you should be the best at it. So yeah, if he's the best at being a pure point guard because he's only focused on assist and.
I mean to cut you off, Big Willie. Okay. What's Pat Beverly job? Bring the ball up, pass, play defense.
Be grimy.
That's it.
Be grimy.
Why do you think Pat Beverly got the energy he got? They're not looking for him to score on offense, but guess what? When it comes to that other side of the ball, I'm going to put Pat Beverly on KD. Why? Because he's about to make it hard for KD.
He's going to irritate the hell out of him. Hey, would y'all be opposed to bringing Pat Beverly over to the Pistons?
With this point, no. It's
not. I mean, not this season. I'm just saying, just to sign him. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, you would take him over Kojo.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he got the Pistons style, but at this point in his career, it's just like I wouldn't do that to him. You know, it's like Derrick Rose. We needed him, but you got to let him go with this. We at a stage right now where you can't have them type of guys, man.
You gotta let him go be with the Lord.
Yeah. But it's kind of this thing Troy Weaver had said earlier, man. He was talking about some of the inconsistencies on defense. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's the Pistons right now. When you listen to Wayne Casey, he's talking about, you know, defense creating offense and things. And we talking about offense creating defense. Because obviously when you score, you get back on defense. Everybody knows from playing park ball to in front of the house to the NBA. You make some shots, you playing well on defense. On offense. On defense, you telling everybody, yo, watch out this, that, and the third. It inspires you. Dwayne Casey's trying to do it the opposite direction. He's trying to get the defense to create offense. I don't think that's the route you go with the team right now. With a bunch of these young guys you got on this team right now, they haven't even found consistency. So I'm not even sure if that's the route you go. You know what I'm saying? Because of course you got to bring the defense. We're trying to create an identity. I get it, but I don't think the Pistons coaching staff, I don't think they focus enough on offense. And you know, it's like, is it to a fault or is it you know, okay, we're just going to focus on this right now. It's going to serve us a double purpose to where we stick in that draft position and be able to still go into the draft and make that pick. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what these GMs and coaches are talking about. And that's why, you know, I'd be hesitant to talk about some of that stuff.
Yeah.
So you don't know what the true game plan is. I try to read in between the lines when he does do interviews. So we was talking about the Super Bowl earlier, and you know, first and foremost, the first topic we was talking about was you know, this Rams Lions logo thing that they got on these t-shirts, bro. Have you seen it? Like, though, you know, it's like, come on, bro. Like, that's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? And
like, have some pride, bro.
Like, come on, bro. Like, and they
got nothing
flying off the shelves, they say. They are flying off the shelves. So, you know, I said, you know, earlier, I'm like, come on, bro. Whether you want to see Matthew Stafford be successful, fine. You know what I'm saying? But that's not. I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
That's just too much for me because, like I said, that's what it was making me to be like I said, you had people start saying this man was better than Aaron Rodgers. He was elite. It's like, come on, bro. Let's play. Like, let's not live in the upside down, man. Like,
right.
Like, come on, man. Like, it's too much, bro. Like, it's too much, bro.
Like,
Listen, if this team didn't make it to the Super Bowl, it was a bust, bro. They don't have a first round pick for a long time, for a while. Like,
they haven't for years, to be honest. And
so
I was just gonna say earlier, it would have been better if you would have had, you know, some t-shirts saying from Detroit to LA. I would at least respect that because LA is very Detroit and just Michigan period heavy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of actors, entertainers, a lot of people go out to LA. They're from here. I get it. But when you covering up the Lions logo with a Rams helmet, bro, and you talking about Detroit Rams, like, come on, dog.
That's too much bandwagon slinging from you know what to what for me, man. Like, so what was it? The Tampa Bay Lions? Like, come on, man.
Like Tampa Bay Wolverine. Somebody said that earlier in the comments about Tom Brady being from Michigan. Yeah, that was. Yeah, that's a lot of jockeying going on, man. It's gonna be a lot of jock itch going on with people's mouths with that Detroit Rams shirt.
Yeah, that's to me it's just like nah, man.
That's disgusting. That's what it is.
Like I said, I don't see this as Detroit finally made us.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
When the Lions make the Super Bowl, that's when they make the Super Bowl.
We way up. When we in a playoff game, I might cry.
Right, come on, man.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna cry. I'm definitely gonna shed a tear, man, because we haven't won since the days of Barry.
No, we wasn't even bro. A lot of us weren't even born, bro.
Man, did y'all give it a moment of silence from Bailey Gates, man?
Yeah, we did, man. Yeah, early in the show, man, had to give a moment of silence for my bodyguard. Of course, I have to dedicate this show to her, man. Guys, if you just joined in, I know you guys are used to seeing, my dog Bailey behind me during the podcast. And, of course, like I said last week, tragic hit the family, man. She lost her life in a tragic car accident last Sunday after the podcast. So this show is definitely dedicated to Bailey. As you can say, we're dedicating this show to her today.
That's right, man. On 55.
See, that be my thing with this is just proof of people. Like, I hate it so much. Like Detroit, we are trendsetters, bro. But you would believe, people would believe that we are what do you call it? Jump on people's
bandwagon.
Jocks. Yeah, man.
Listen. You can't even say believe because they do. We are
crazy.
Us per se, yeah, of course we don't believe that. But when you look at this fan base, especially when you deal with them for long enough, you realize that this is a really, really desperate fan base. And they take drastic measures to have some type of good feeling. And it's sad. It's really sad because if anything, I'm angry right now and I'm looking at the Ford family. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro. So, it's sad, man. It's sad. The mindset just of the fan base, period, is sad, bro. It's really sad.
My thing is, man, it's just like I get it all the time. People be telling me, man, how you a Lions fan? Yeah. They tell me here in New Mexico. I be like, what fan are you a fan of? Oh, let me guess. You threw some darts on the dartboard. Whoever was good in the time, you became that fan of that team. Like, listen here, man. When you born somewhere, you from a place, you from a state, you gonna be a fan of that team, man. Like, you best to believe when the Lions win, you best to believe. Like, look at that.
The world is gonna be set on fire if the Lions win the Super Bowl.
Look at this hat. We ain't won since 1984. But guess what? Anywhere in the world you go, you know what that old English D stand for.
Exactly.
Come on,
I challenge you this. I challenge you to find me all of those Seahawks and those Patriot fans now. Where they at? What happened to them?
Well, Patriots still got fans, with Mac Jones coming on up. Man, Seahawks fans.
I'm talking about the ones in Detroit.
Oh yeah.
Like, you don't see nobody running around talking about the Patriots and stuff no more.
But they attach themselves to Brady.
Brady,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? The Michigan man. You know what I'm saying? But
and it was at some point in time. The Patriots was an underdog.
Yeah.
And the city the underdog. We always usually be rooting for the underdog because we like that.
You're always the underdog.
Oh, exactly.
Even our championship Pistons teams was underdog.
Was definitely an underdog. That 04 championship team was
not the back-to-back though. Not the
back-to-backs.
Yeah, 04 for sure.
But the year before the back-to-back, we was underdog, and the year before that, so we came up from underdogs and fought our way up to the top. And that's what Detroit represents, man. Is that we always got to fight for everything.
Yeah, you already know how this go, man. You know how this go. But this shit here, this is some bullshit with this Rams Detroit shit.
And then that's where I go to say, man, have some dang on pride, man.
Right.
Like,
next thing you know, Rams versus everybody shirts.
Man.
I think I seen a Stafford versus everybody shirt out there though. I think I seen one of those.
I was so glad when the Super Bowl over, bro. I just want to move on with the Lions. You know what I'm saying? I was so happy when the Super Bowl.
Now, Big A, because I talked a little bit into it earlier before you got onto the podcast. We talked about the time frame as far as Matthew Stafford goes and what was going on here in Detroit and how he came over to LA and got basically immediate success, getting to the Super Bowl, which kind of culminates. What I was saying, like I felt that if Stafford was going to be put on any other team, there was a playoff / Super Bowl caliber team, which that was proven right by him making to the Super Bowl. But I also brought it up about Joe Burrow and what he did over there in Cincinnati.
But see, I was about to say, it wouldn't have been any team Stafford went to. Let's not act like Stafford didn't have a choice of where he went to, right?
I mean, what team? Well, let me ask you, what team that you feel that if he didn't go to, there wasn't going to be a playoff team? Because a lot of
you said Super Bowl.
I said playoff. I said playoff / Super Bowl.
There's a difference.
I said playoff / Super Bowl.
That goes into my argument of giving quarterbacks too much respect, but at the same time too much blame on quarterbacks. Because, like I said, we've seen quarterbacks play horrible, bro, and still get over the hump. So it's like we looking at these quarterbacks and we holding them too high on a pedestal and giving them all the damn credit, like parts of their other working parts of this, the team and the coaching staff is not playing a part in things.
But guess what? There's only two people that touch the ball all the time on the offense.
Yeah, you can run the football.
No, you're not. No, you're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. It's only two people that touch the ball. Every
time.
I don't give jack shit about that. I've seen defenses win Super Bowls countless times.
You have to. You got to understand. There's only two people.
Did Garoppolo throw a damn touchdown?
What you talking about in the?
Against Green Bay? Did he throw a touchdown?
Hell no. Hell no.
But who still got the credit? That motherfucker got all the credit.
That's my guy.
I hate it. It makes me sick, man.
That's my guy.
Look, we done seen Tom Brady in the playoffs throw 3 picks and still win the game.
That's the GOAT.
It's other moving parts to the damn team, to the game.
But you're not hearing me. When you got to understand the probability of the chance to mess up, right? There's only two people. Listen to what I'm saying. There's only two people on the offense that touch the ball every play. Every play. There's only two.
So Joe Burrow.
That is a scapegoat ass statement.
No, I'm just saying you got to look at it though, and that's why when you're an elite quarterback, that's why quarterbacks get paid the way they get paid. I mean, let's be honest. We most definitely living in the quarterback world. Running backs have really got devalued. Fullback is pretty much out of the game. You know.
And you know what? And I want to jump on this comment too, because Brady does get a lot of credit, but if you really watch them Super Bowls, majority of the Super Bowls,
bro, listen,
it was out of Brady's control too.
I love Brady. I respect him as a player and as the best quarterback that I've seen.
The GOAT.
But Let's not act like the Seahawks wasn't the dumbest goddamn team in the country.
You can't blame him. You can't blame him for Pete Carroll not wanting to let Marshawn Lynch shine.
And that's what I was saying. A lot of the games, especially Super Bowl, was out of his control.
The fucking Tuck rule. Let's not forget that, man.
30 for 30.
Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And we Michigan guy, I'm not finna be a slappy. I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Bro, we've seen quarterbacks win when they had absolutely no damn business doing so. And that's just real.
I agree. But like they said, but Brady's at the end of the day, Brady's going to get the credit for it.
He's going to get the credit.
So
I hate that.
So it just goes back to what I was saying. And that's why I want you to jump in on this one, Big A. Joe Burrow.
You ready for me?
Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
Listen, this is my thing, right? And this is another reason why I go to say, you know, when people go to talk about Stafford is elite, he's this, he didn't have this, he didn't have that, right? And it's like, if you saying that for Stafford, he's elite, then what the hell is Joe Burrow? We seen this man get sacked 9 times in the game.
When was the at what point in the season was that game?
That was playoffs.
Yeah, it was playoffs.
Right. No, I'm bigging you up. I'm helping you.
Playoffs, yeah.
I'm just saying. And look, hold on. After a year of coming off of ACL, you know what I'm saying? And what was the one thing we kept saying in the draft? When they was even saying the Bengals was going to go get Jamar Chase, we're like, man, y'all got to get Joe Burrow some help, right? But this is my thing. It's just like, you look at what this guy did, and second year, that's what being elite is, man. You can't put Stafford on that same level, bro.
Y'all got to stop. Is his division the NFC North?
Huh?
No, it's not. It is not the NFC North. You're giving him too much credit.
What
now,
do you mean?
The Bengals have literally been in this playoff conversation constantly. We're talking about the Lions in the fucking NFC North against the Packers, against the Bears, and against the Vikings. It is a whole different scenario. If that man was in the NFC North, I can guarantee you his ass wouldn't have been in the playoffs.
Hey, King, listen. They just dropped the number 1 and number 5 over the last 2 years.
But I would say this though, because we talked about this earlier. When King was mentioning franchises, we gotta remember before them 2 years, Cincinnati Bengals was perennial playoff team.
Even though
they wasn't winning, but they were perennial.
What year?
The whole Marvin Lewis era. They made the playoffs. They just wasn't winning. They lost after the first round. They was perennial. The Lions that wasn't even here and there sniffing the playoffs. But as far as
what I'm saying is, how many years has Cincinnati made the playoffs?
I mean, they several years. They was in the streak with Marvin Lewis. Well, you know, they had Chad Ochocinco and TJ Houshmandzadeh. You know, all them boys over there with Carson Palmer and Andy Dalton. You gotta remember they had an era.
Yeah, but, like I said, that division is not the NFC North.
We got to remember old Vontaze Burfict over there in Cincinnati too, knocking dudes' heads off.
But this is my thing. But
or is it the worst team in NFL history?
Adam Pac-Man Jones over there.
Listen. This is my thing, though. This is my thing, though. We can say what all of that is, but it's null and void. They got the number 1 pick because of what? It wasn't because they were winning games.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then they turned around and got the number 4 pick.
Everybody,
because of what?
Go through they time where everybody goes through that. You know what I'm saying? That I mean, shit.
But listen, but this is the thing. What I also want to say is, this man did what he did. What a bunch of what? His number 1 receiver is a rookie. His number 2 is only a second-year guy.
He's a rookie, but how many guys are in front of him in this league right now?
That boy over in Minnesota, Jefferson, he's pretty good.
Justin Jefferson. How many guys in front of him?
Yeah, he's in this league, but he's still one of the top receivers in this league, whether he's a rookie or not. Him being a rookie got nothing to do about it.
No, but what I'm just saying is, like, we can't take none. I mean, for one, you got to realize it. I mean, you playing in the division that you playing in. I mean, you can't help that. I mean, you got to remember also Cincinnati was in the division where whereas the Steelers have been running it for a while. And the Ravens. Like, let's not act like the AFC North is some slouches.
Bro,
the only ones that been slouches is the Browns.
Steelers ain't been, man.
How many? Let me ask you this: how many Super Bowls the NFC North got, and how many the AFC North got?
The AFC got a lot of them back in 1973.
I'm saying the AFC North.
Between the Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens, it's
Right,
a couple of them in there.
Are we in those eras?
But this is my thing, though.
You
got to remember this eras? Too. Let me ask you this: how many defenses in the NFC North compared to either the Steelers defense or the Baltimore Ravens defense?
The Steelers ain't been shit in the last 4 years.
No, you looking at their offense. I'm talking their defense.
We talking about Burrow's era. I'm not talking about
that's what I'm
the early 2000s and the 90s. We are talking about Burrow's era.
Listen, did you just not see T.J. Watt get Defensive Player of the Year, who Burrow's got to play twice?
And then
he got to go. And then he got to go over there to the Ravens and go up against that defense. And then he got to go to the Browns. Listen, hold on. You got to go to the Browns.
What are we talking
and worry about Myles Garrett hitting you with a helmet. And
the Browns are trash. The Browns are trash. The Ravens are trash.
The Ravens are not trash.
No.
They're trash.
They're not trash.
We almost beat the fucking Ravens.
Listen,
bro. Listen.
Hey, wait, Big A.
Harrell, that is the dumbest argument, bro. We're talking about with Burrow's era. We're not talking about 2007.
Wait, hold on, Big A, hold on. Here we go. Hey, the Baltimore Ravens beat Detroit Lions' ass.
Hell no.
Hey.
I don't care how much was. They still got the ass when they won.
Right.
Yeah, the Vikings and the Bears are trash this year. They're trash now.
The Vikings and the Bears been trash. What are you talking about?
Well, the Vikings and the Bears been trash. I'm assuming the Detroit Lions is garbage truck juice.
Exactly. Listen, you ain't finna we can't, bro. You can't compare to the NFC North to the AFC North, man. You can't.
Not at all.
You can't, man. You can't.
Listen. Okay, the NFC North is a cakewalk. Okay, I get it.
I'm not saying that. Listen,
they ain't as bad as the NFC East,
but it ain't the AFC North though.
Nah,
I mean, we gotta be real. We gotta be real here.
But hey,
glory stories from the AFC North.
Listen. I tell you this though: if the Lions was in the NFC East, we'd be divisional champions about 5 years in a row.
Most definitely. True. Most definitely. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. You got to look at it though. Look at the defenses this guy going up against, and he got to play them teams twice a year. Twice a year.
We're talking about a Vikings team that usually sacks the Lions 6 times a game. Talking about a Bears defense that does the same exact things to the Lions, 6-7 sacks in a game against your quarterback. It's like I said, we can go back and forth about that.
So look, this is the thing. You can say that all you want to, right? But ain't no Lions quarterback, not either one we drafted. If they get sacked 9 times in the game, we getting blown out. They not gonna be able to pull it off.
First of all, we ain't never got blown out by them teams we talking about.
No, I said if we get sacked 9 times.
Matthew Stafford. He got sacked 7 times along from the Vikings.
I remember that. Yeah.
Did he win?
No.
That's my point.
That game they didn't win, but he has.
Listen to what I said. Listen to what I said.
He has beaten the Packers and he has beaten the Vikings.
No, listen to what I said.
He has.
Listen before you go to answer. I said we ain't never had a quarterback who can get sacked 9 times and still win the game.
A playoff game at that.
Exactly. Hey,
first of all, we don't talk playoffs. We're Lions fans.
Playoffs.
And
we don't talk playoffs. But yes, he has won games where he's been sacked heavy before.
Hey, that's true.
Who's your quarterback, Joshua?
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, listen, I don't want to hear that. That same quarterback we got over here, he took the Rams to the Super Bowl.
Man,
too.
shut up, man.
I don't want to hear it.
I gotta get off here.
Y'all pick and choose. Y'all pick and choose.
There we go.
Same quarterback we
Okay.
got over here
Listen, man.
took the
Big
Rams
A,
to the Super
look,
Bowl.
the Big A is trying to pull my strings, man, because you know how I feel about golf.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Bullshit
Hey,
ass,
hold on.
the
Hey, guess
bullshit
what?
ass accolades that he got.
Listen.
Biggest bullshit accolades I ever seen in my life. He got to the Super Bowl. Did the
He sure
motherfucker
did.
score a goddamn touchdown?
Hey, listen to this. And he took him with a lot less than what Stafford did.
Matthew Stafford.
Listen
to me. Listen to me.
He got to the Super Bowl a lot easier.
Listen.
Matthew Stafford from San Fran scored that game over.
Joshua over starting something.
Listen. Matthew Stafford in his first playoff appearance threw more touchdowns than Jared Goff in his entire playoff tenure. What in the fuck are we talking about?
Jared Goff took the team that drafted him to the Super Bowl.
He never took nowhere.
What are you talking about?
Only he took his
He
grandma
went his second year. He was actually good. He got to the Pro Bowl. He went his second year and he got voted to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, second year.
Oh, what we talking about the Pro Bowl?
So did Joe Burrow, second year too. So Goff did his second year.
Hey, can you and guess what? And let's be honest. When Stafford came into the league, he had a third year Calvin Johnson.
And a fourth year in Ndamukong Suh?
Bro, and Ndamukong Suh and that defense was good 1 year. What? 1 year.
On, man.
I'll say 2. I'll give you 2.
It was 2.
No,
it was 2.
We
went to the
1
playoffs
year.
back-to-back.
1
was 2.
year they were good.
No,
I give 2 years.
That second year they went, half of those dudes was banged up. They wasn't even playing. I'll test y'all right now. Give me a depth player on that defense from that era right now. Name one guy.
A depth? That was 10 years ago. Goddamn, I don't remember what happened. I don't remember what happened 10 hours ago. I did a lot of little drinking, so my memories is not going to be intact on the names that was backing up the Lions that was on there on them teams.
Hell, we had guys creeping around. Even
I think Big Baby Rogers was on that team one point in time, and we had Fat Fairley.
Them dudes wasn't even playing consistently together. They couldn't stay healthy.
Fat Fairley couldn't stay off the weed enough not to stay on the field long enough.
Man, that dude.
So, but I had to jump that off because I know Big A was itching about the Joe Burrow situation, man.
I'm just, to me, like I say, man, I think people live in the moment, man, and I don't like this narrative where they go to say, well, Stafford never had anything around him, man. I'm not gonna take that. And then, like I said, if you want to push him to elite, what the heck is Joe Burrow?
No, I don't think nobody ever. I don't think.
But Joe Burrow has made, like I said, I gotta agree with Big A a little bit. All the stuff that they were about having to have this and that. He kind of made that look like a little obsolete because he did it in his second year after coming off of 2 seasons, last season he got hurt. And
ACL, make sure you mention that.
He got off of ACL, and then when he got drafted, the team was in a losing effort because they didn't have a quarterback in him. So he kind of changing the narrative about if you have that elite type of quarterback off the top, anything is possible. So it's because he's in the Super Bowl, so we can't argue that because he's in the Super Bowl. So it's kind of
y'all are confusing a team that's a surprise team that's going on this incredible run right now. We've seen the same thing with the Kansas City butthole.
The Rams was a surprise team with Jared Goff.
Shit with the Kansas City Chiefs when they were that new team that was surprising the hell out of everybody.
But the Kansas City Chiefs
sustained over a long period of time.
But the Kansas City Chiefs were a playoff team before Mahomes started. The Rams wasn't. The Rams wasn't. When they got Goff, when the Rams got Goff, and in the second year they went to the Super Bowl.
I swear, y'all.
Oh man, I love triggering King, man. This is
bullshit. Man. I need help. What are y'all motherfuckers in the comments? Help!
I mean, it's real because this is my thing. Like, it goes to, like you say, right? Like you go to say quarterbacks get too much credit. If the Bengals don't have Joe Burrow, They are not where they at right now.
If the 49ers has anybody.
And then 49ers didn't listen.
Yeah.
Don't be hating on Jimmy G, man. Don't you hate on my Jimmy G, man.
They win. If the
Jimmy
Cardinals
G,
anybody but Kyler Murray, they probably win.
Listen, the 49ers is 2 years removed from the Super Bowl and could have been a Super Bowl winning team if Jimmy G made that pass.
Check this
You want to
stat
pick
out.
at me with Stafford and pick at him and bring up Burrow. What about Garoppolo, Willie?
Point on D, man. That man is solid, man.
Check this stat out. Jared Goff got voted to more Pro Bowls than Matthew Stafford also.
What is a Pro Bowl? No, wait a minute. What is a Pro Bowl?
Voted to the Pro Bowl. He ain't saying playing. We know how they play in the Pro Bowls now. That shit
what
is
is a Pro
terrible. Pro Bowl means that you.
How many Pro
You're the
Bowls?
best.
You're
You're the best.
I can name some receivers that went to more Pro Bowls than Calvin Johnson.
Who name him?
Keenan McCardell.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Hey, hey, but you know, but see the thing is, that's gonna be a skewed stat because you know a lot of guys got voted to the Pro Bowl and then going, so a lot of guys got selected after that. So it's gonna be a lot of you can't really use that because
that ain't Pro Bowl. What the fuck is a Pro Bowl?
Case, though. That ain't Stafford's case, though.
Man, if you
hey, I mean, Stafford wasn't gonna be able to go to Pro Bowl because he had Aaron Rodgers that taking up all his stats away.
Bro, he played for the Lions, man.
But listen,
But he put up Pro Bowl numbers.
Hey, Willie, Jared Goff was in the NFC also with the same Aaron Rodgers.
You know what? Just because you sitting here trolling, I hope Jared Goff stay here for the next 5 years, you motherfucker.
Hey, listen. I don't mind because that means we won't be going to get after Malik Willis. Then I'm good with that.
We're getting Malik Willis. Watch.
I know. Yeah, I see it, man.
Watch.
Listen, don't hate on Malik Willis, guys. Don't do that.
Yes.
Don't do that.
We getting Malik Willis. Watch, bro.
Watch. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I see it.
But no, we're not because he ain't gonna be there by the time those later picks.
Stop believing that crap, man.
He's not gonna be there because if he is there, I say we take him. That's y'all already heard my spiel about it. I say we take him because he's a weapon.
Like I said, the Lions ain't gonna lose enough games to get none of them other quarterbacks. They're gonna take him now. Watch.
He to me the thing I always say is not he may not be the quarterback of the future. But we need it for one. We need a backup quarterback. Look at our backup situation. And for two, he's a weapon. So that's why I'm not too hard on getting him because he could be used in other schemes that can help us. It's like we don't have to have him.
Listen, you keep saying he a weapon like he a Lamar Jackson. He ain't no Lamar Jackson.
Did you see that boy run?
Yeah.
He ain't no how he run?
Hey man, I've seen a lot of quarterbacks that can run. And
exactly, he ain't no Lamar Jackson.
Listen,
bro.
we ain't saying if he close to Lamar Jackson, that's good enough for where he could be picked at. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm saying like, well, the options we got.
They say the same thing about Jamarcus Russell too, also, right?
But he ain't going first overall pick and get signed an $80 million extension contract off the top. So we ain't gonna go there with no big slot body Jamarcus Russell because that's totally different. We're talking about the second to third pick of the Lions picking that type of guy. We ain't talking about first overall.
I'd rather take Sam Howell over Malik Willis.
I ain't taking nobody from North Carolina. If the Lions take anybody from North Carolina, I'm going up to Ford Field and punching Martha Ford right in her face. I ain't dealing with nobody from North Carolina again.
Man, the Pittsburgh Steelers gonna take Sam Howell. They put that smoke screen out there about Malik Willis and watch it take Sam Howell. Watch it.
So you think Sam Howell gonna go before? Where you think? What pick he gonna go?
What is they pick? 20?
They actually got Sam Howell. I seen one mock draft. They got Sam Howell going to the Lions too. So Sam Howell, Malik Willis, both of them two. It's potential picks that we got.
But see, look, this is the reason why I say I would like Sam Howell first because Sam Howell is a passer first, but he also can run. Yeah. See, Malik Willis is a runner first and then pass. Dude, he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, man.
The thing was
not in practice though.
Malik don't even know how to read yet. He can't
exactly.
So he is extremely raw.
Yeah. But in the meantime, because like I said, we're going to be dealing with if you draft a Sam Howell, I believe Sam Howell, we're going to be we know how the Lions fans are. They're going to be champion to try to get him in as soon as possible.
They're going to go from Big Ben to Big Howell.
You know, for me, I think, like I said, that is a project. Yeah, I can say Malik Willis is a project, but it's still until his arm and his reading catch up to him, he could be used.
Willie, scrap that conversation. We got
Washington got number 11.
We got a bigger conversation to talk about because it's been catching a lot of steam.
Okay.
Kyle Hamilton at number 2.
Heck, listen, if Kyle Hamilton goes at number 2,
to the
I'm
Lions,
jumping off my balcony.
That's been catching a lot of steam.
But I think that I think that's a smoke screen to have somebody to move up to get, because I don't think he's going number 2, but somebody might try to move up or want to try to potentially move up. So I think there's a lot of smoke screens going on. But
and you pass up on that talent?
Well, we got other.
Yeah, he's coming off an ACL.
I know, man, but some of these
teams, how he gonna be?
Some of these teams ain't afraid of that.
Yeah, but Jared Davis coming off an ACL.
But that's not a Lions need. Every other team, yeah, they can afford.
We need a safety.
Yeah, but they can afford.
You only got one.
Well, we got 2 picks in the later draft. So a guy from Michigan that's coming out this year, we can pick him up. He might be there, Dax Hill.
Well, this is the Lions we talk about. They don't do things like that make sense.
I mean, we got 2 guys in our backyard right now that we could pick that could come in right away and do some things, and Aiden Hutchinson and Dax Hill with the 2 picks that we got in the first round.
I'm talking to y'all.
Don't you listen?
I know what we will do.
Don't have me like, oh boy, off Rui. And I know it ain't gonna happen, so don't even do me like that.
You already know the Lions would do it, man.
Listen, bro. Hey, I've been seeing the Kobe Dean falling kind of down there too.
Yes.
Listen,
I told you.
Remember, I was telling y'all about Devin Lloyd. If a lot of y'all ain't seen Devin Lloyd
out of Utah,
tape, bro, he man. Yeah. Look at that boy's tape, man. He got a bunch of picks, sacks, and
but you know what, and Joshua, I want to say this too, Joshua. They said the same thing about Jeff Okudah.
They sure did.
They said the same thing about Jeff Okudah.
The exact words.
And that's why we picked Jeff Okudah over Isaiah Simmons.
And everybody always say that cornerbacks and safeties going that high. And that's going to be the number 2 pick.
Too much of a risk.
It's too much of a risk.
You go if it's not O-line, edge rusher, or a quarterback that high, I don't want it.
Yep.
Not for the Lions. Now we do, of course, need a safety, but I think we can use that.
That's too high, man.
We can use that
later pick. Yeah.
That later pick or the first pick in the second round to get us a safety that's going to be there. And it could be possibly that guy from Michigan, man. The boy got some athleticism. He got some speed. He can cover.
He can play man coverage. Put him back over the top.
Put him in that position like Jalen Ramsey is.
Oh, you already
Let me ask you a question. How many low 4.3 speeds we got on the line? Exactly. And to put that boy, hey, listen, didn't he break somebody's ribs in Wisconsin?
Y'all know that's my boy, but I know my team.
Well, y'all don't even know why you even said that.
You know why I said it. You know why I said it.
It ain't gonna happen.
But I just got a little hit on my phone. They said Adrian Peterson got arrested for domestic violence. Oh wow!
Again,
yeah. So we don't, of course, we don't know the situation, so we can't go into it. But that just broke on my phone. He been having them issues. Well, before he had the child abuse situation because he whipped his kid years ago. But yeah, that just popped up on my phone. But how we always end up back on Lions talk, man? This is supposed to be Super Bowl pregame celebration.
It's who's playing in the Super Bowl, bro. If Matt Stafford was a linebacker or something, we wouldn't be talking about this.
We keep going back to it. Now we had talks about, what
that halftime show gonna be lame, probably a good 10 minutes of it.
Listen, don't be hate, don't
hi,
spew,
my name is hi. My name
don't
is
spew,
Shady.
don't spew your hate on Marshall Mathers. Okay,
You know he got to rap about mom spaghetti.
right.
This shit gets so old, man. It really does.
Don't be hating on Marshall Mathers, man. That man
Nobody
is a legend. You don't want to hear it,
and
I hope somebody fire on you for speaking on a Detroit legend like that.
Yo, fire on you.
Hold on. I know you ain't let them words come out of your mouth. You said a Detroit legend or Ferndale legend, huh?
Ferndale is Detroit light.
Oh, okay. Ain't no trailer parks in
Detroit light.
Detroit light.
No trailer parks in Detroit.
Don't be hating on the GOAT,
man.
That
boy was across 8 Mile.
It don't matter. You know that. We know that first part of 8 Mile ain't really.
it's a red flag already. Titling your movie 8 Mile.
Right.
And it was a good movie.
Right.
My man.
Yeah, he up there getting bullied by somebody that went to Cranbrook.
That's a private school.
You're right, exactly.
Listen, I walked past Cranbrook and they called the police on me. I was just going to work. I ain't trying to get into school. I just walked past, but you know.
I think it's gonna be a good show though.
Yeah, it is.
They got the Queen on there, you know what I'm saying?
But you got Dre, and then Dre, Snoop, Kendrick. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be. It's gonna be a good halftime show.
Yeah,
I think we kind of been like the last halftime show that I said it was really good. Yeah, I know he was born in Kansas. Yeah, was who was it? Bruno Mars, man. Bruno Mars had a good halftime show.
Beyonce too. Don't forget Beyonce.
And Beyonce show was demonic. That damn halftime show was demonic. But yeah, Bruno Mars was a good one. But we talked about, and I know you missed this one. We talked about. I'm hoping that the commercials this year be good because we've been lacking these last couple years.
Right.
And of course, the commercials been trash.
Right.
And I brought up my favorite one, so I know you're gonna guess what is my favorite halftime show commercial. Big.
I ain't laughed good since Puppy Monkey Baby.
Puppy Monkey Baby.
My favorite one all time, but I don't know. I can't remember. It was a car commercial.
The Dirty Bird.
Dirty Bird and Sky Ride.
Oh, when they was playing what was that? When they was doing the Top Gun. Oh, through the danger zone.
Hello, Dirty Bird. This is Sky Ride.
Hey, listen. When they hit the park picnicking and went in the Punch Bowl, bro.
Listen, you missed mine. I say my all-time favorite was the Office linebacker.
Oh yeah,
man.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I was telling you, I still go on YouTube to watch some of those, man. They be having me crying, man.
Yeah, but that's my all-time favorite. Hey, that is Dirty Bird, the Sky Ride, Target in sight. Dude,
that's how I feel when I watch my car, bro. Because they
man, what?
They fine.
They be out there waiting, man.
But yeah, I definitely look forward to hopefully. Like this whole like I said earlier, this Super Bowl, I'm hoping it's just be the culmination of like I said, to me, the greatest playoffs that we didn't had. In my opinion, it's been the greatest playoffs we had, and let this be the culmination of that.
Hey, listen, bro. I don't know if y'all seen Aaron Donald's face in them team pictures.
What did I just tell you, Willie? What did I just tell you?
Listen, Randy, Aaron Donald's gonna need bond money after what he about to do, bro. I mean, to me, the only way I think they can they're gonna have to chop him early, bro, just to kind of slow him down a little bit, bro. He did not smile.
They're gonna have to establish that run. They definitely gonna have to establish that run.
Like Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald gets better as the game goes on. Man, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, he gonna grab somebody's face mask in Super Bowl. I'm already calling. I'm putting a bet in on that.
Listen, the offensive lineman in me wants somebody. I want somebody to Donkey Kong. Please give me a 90-day contract. and just let me. I ain't even listen. They ain't even got to sign me beyond training camp because me and him gonna scrap. And I just want to be the first one to Donkey Kong him, man. Yeah. Freaking choking up these 6, 7, 8 dudes and 325.
Now, when he knock you out, I'm gonna make sure I pick you up off the field. But
oh God, no, you didn't. You didn't bring it up, Willie.
I did.
Listen. Tyron Woodley in the fight with Aaron Donald.
Listen, we ain't gonna listen. You gotta get past Joe Rogan first before we even talk about Aaron Donald.
Listen, man. By the time I get done with Joe Rogan, he's gonna be in a senior citizen place.
So listen, everybody in the comments. For some reason, Big A thinks he can beat Joe Rogan. Professional fighter, Joe Rogan.
Listen, bro. Y'all gotta understand, right? See, this is the thing you gotta remember, right? See, a lot of times when people thinking in fighting, they just think about you just giving out the hit, right? No, you got to be able to take a hit. I could take a hit and a kick or two.
Man, he gonna roundhouse your ass.
Listen. But can Joe Rogan take what I'm gonna dish out though?
I know he can back heel kick you like Karate Kid. You can do
that. Okay. I'm telling you, man. Listen, Joe Rogan. I headbutt Joe Rogan. It's done. Over.
Oh man,
I'm telling you, bro. Telling you, man.
When he
listen, Joe Rogan wouldn't know what hit him, man. I'm telling you, bro. I listen. I hit Joe Rogan so hard the next day on his show. The first thing he gonna say is, "What up, though?" Shout out to Big A.
Now when he Muay Thai kick your ass,
listen,
I'm gonna be there. Listen, I'm gonna be your boy. I'm gonna pick you up, man.
Listen, I got this. This gonna be the deal. I'm gonna tell Joe Rogan, look, I don't want no money, but after I get done with you, I need you like C-Mac, and I need you to go live and tell everybody you just got DP. That's what I need.
Oh, so you say Joe Rogan got to get the DP?
Yeah, he gonna get DP.
Oh, on the finest, he gonna get the DP.
Listen, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, dude. I don't care. He trained this, trained that. Look, man, look at that, man. Look at him skirt. This goes all my life. I have. Hey, no, you know what these is? Every night, I gotta prove my love. I'm telling you, man. Joe Rogan ain't got no scars on his knuckles, man. You crazy?
You say you can put the paws on them?
Hey, listen, these hands can pick fish out of hot grease, man. You crazy? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. Listen, I ain't never been put on my back pockets. I done seen them little white stars. I done seen them little white stars before, but ain't nobody ever put me on my back pockets. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Joe Rogan gonna whoop your ass and snatch your pockets off.
No, I'm telling you, man. Listen, I was born in '84, right? And I'm telling you, man, I don't put some people on their back pockets. I ain't never been put on mine. But I ain't gonna lie. I done seen them little white stars, you know what I'm saying?
Meaning
with that. Listen.
He'll sleep on his feet is what he's trying to tell you. That's what Joe Rogan gonna do. You're gonna be waking up with your hair still like this, like what happened?
Man.
What the fuck happened?
Man. I'm telling you, man.
Listen, when y'all see us next show and you see Big A walking around holding Joe Rogan's pocket,
okay.
Y'all know what happened.
Okay.
Now, when Big A come on here looking like Martin when he had to fight Tommy Hearns in the Brawl for Y'all match, y'all gonna
listen. Joe Rogan feet ain't harder than this. I'm telling you, man.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, man. Joe Rogan, listen. Joe Rogan done lost fights before, man. I'm telling you, man.
That don't mean you can beat him.
Listen, man. All them UFC chumps, they be talking all that crap. Man, Royce Gracie was showing up there, man, fresh out of the dojo and choking them fools out, man. He ain't lifting not one weight, man.
But you ain't a professional MMA fighter, though. You
ain't Kimbo Slice, bro.
A Negro from 7 Mile Right.
You right. I ain't Kimbo Slice because he got knocked out, man. I'm telling you.
He ain't get knocked out. He got choked out.
But this is the thing. This is the thing, right? I'm telling you. This is what you got to understand with these guys, right? It's a psychological thing, bro. I'm not scared to get hit. I can take a hit, bro.
That's why you be sleep. That's why you be sleep on your feet.
No, listen. Listen, this like I say. Look, when I saw them stars, I got snuck, right? But see, dude ain't go in for the kill. He let me recover. You know what I'm saying? And then it was It was all you wrote. I'm telling you.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. Them stars is fun when you start seeing them. When you recover, you better get back on it.
See, look, listen, check this out, right? When Tyson fought Buster Douglas, right? He had never fought nobody that could take a hit, who wasn't scared to get hit. That's the thing. I was always taught you got to take some to get some. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm part of that. I'm part of that tribe too, man. Sometimes that hit will wake you up.
Listen. I'm getting right to it. I ain't no running around no ring. I'm kicking you in the corner, and it's gonna be on, and you ain't gonna have no room to kick. And then you gonna kick me in the stomach? Go ahead, nice try with that.
So, Willie, we need to make sure that we put all our bags on Joe Rogan.
You better.
Yeah, we will. But listen, I'm gonna be in your corner, but I'm still gonna put that bet in. Like, damn, man, Big 8, man. I'm sorry, bro. Listen. This has been fun, man. But we got everybody got to get to their Super Bowl festivities.
Listen, let me tell you one thing. Listen, I'm gonna train with Floyd Mayweather for 1 week so I can get the Mayweather shoulder, and I'm telling you, bro, man. Next show, man.
Man, you got him started.
Had to, man. We got to end the show right. We got to end the show right.
I'm telling you, man. Joe Rogan ain't even in the same weight class, bro. I'm gonna absorb everything he throws. He gonna be out there. He gonna be out there every time he hit me. I'm gonna be just like the thing of the hawk. Oh, that's all you got, huh? That's all you got. Look at this, man. See, Joshua, you a smart. Joshua, listen, Joshua. See, and after the fight, they're going to kick me off the show because they're going to be bankrupt, man. You're a smart man. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, that's it, bro.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Listen, guys.
Learn that Mayweather shoulder. Man, please, man. And look, and this is the thing you got to remember, too, right? Look, I'm going in here knowing my win ain't that good, right? So I know I got a good 3 minutes. Now, Joe Rogan make it past those 3 minutes, I'm gonna be looking at one of y'all to throw the towel in.
Hey, kid, he gonna be looking at us. He gonna be looking at us like, hey, poke him. You gotta poke him now.
Now, listen. Now, we talked about Mike Tyson too. Now, listen. Yeah, Mike Tyson gonna get shanked. He ain't finna hit me with one of them uppercuts. Nah. See, Tyson a different beast, man. Yeah. The way that man, I know for a fact, Roy Jones Jr. had to change his underwear.
See, that knock people out in seconds.
I'll take Tyson on, man. I ain't had a.
Yeah, Tyson.
Your ass up. Like, did you pinch, bitch?
Tyson hit you so hard, he gonna knock all the hair off your head and your face. He'll walk around looking like a testicle.
Hey, listen. I'm a club punch Tyson.
That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Man. So man, I gotta go run a couple errands.
Yeah, we gotta get ready for the Super Bowl, man. Indeed.
My chicken just got here. I gotta go help finish cooking.
So listen, you guys, man, thank y'all for rocking with us. Of course, man, enjoy the Super Bowl. I know I am. Of course, we gonna jump on. Maybe we might, depending on if we're not too inebriated, might jump on for a post game. But enjoy yourself.
I gotta get up at 3:00 in the morning. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all.
Enjoy the Super Bowl, man, and we gonna rock with y'all next week, man. We Three Kings out. R.I.P. Bailey, y'all. R.I.P. Bailey.
Bailey.
Dilly.
All dogs go to heaven, Bailey.